Hello and welcome to Meet the Candidates 2018, a voter education program sponsored by the Shakopee Chamber and Visitors Bureau. My name is Rob O'Neill and I'm joined today by Matt Harden, Shakopee City Council candidate. Matt, why don't you start by telling us a little bit about yourself and why you're running?
All right, so I've been, my name is Matt Harden, clearly. I'm a UPS driver for 22 years. I've delivered in Shakopee for 18 of those years, and recently, about 5 years ago, we moved to Shakopee. I'm running for the council, just some of the things that I had concerns about or didn't like, and so if you want to fix things, the best thing to do is to get involved and have more of a decision.
Great. Well, investors are pulling out of projects in our community, citing instability and unpredictability in city politics. So how do we restore predictability and stability so that investors feel confident putting their money and their projects here?
All right, it's a good question. To find out exactly what is bothering them, I mean, that's a huge question, and there can be a lot of things involved in that, but what do they see that they don't like? And are we as a city council, as a anybody who mayor, are we all getting along, or do they see some division amongst us? And that's one thing that I've heard and I've noticed, that they don't always all get along, and that's fine if you disagree, but to not get along in front of somebody that other people can see that's got to be addressed and fixed. And to meet with those people and ensure them that we are getting along and that Shakopee is a good place to invest in a business and just to plant roots as a company.
Well, thanks. Could you define tax incremental financing for our audience?
The TIF is, I think everybody has a different description of it and how it works, but it's to use other people's money to help build up an area that might be run down, or an area that has more potential. And maybe instead of using our money, maybe use other people's money to build that up. If it's worth a certain dollar amount, to build it up to make it worth so it's more, so then we can tax that area more. And hopefully once you, I think they did it with the downtown, I don't know if they use TIF dollars, but they definitely, they spruce it up and more people come downtown, and that's where people want to be.
When does tax increment financing work?
When you see an area that has potential. I mean, sometimes area people, you've seen in other states, I believe Indiana was one of them, they did it in Indiana and it didn't work because it just wasn't an area where people would go to, it wasn't convenient for people, so you got to have it in an area where people are going to be attracted to.
So we are the Shakopee Chamber of Commerce. We are decidedly and unapologetically pro-Shakopee. We are pro-business. How is your agenda pro-business, and how does that differ from your opponents?
All right, so as far as my opponents, I'm not sure what their plans are. I haven't really looked into what they're doing. Like I said, I've worked in Shakopee for 18 years. I love it here. We must get the good jobs and keep good jobs. We must have affordable housing so that people don't want to leave. One thing I see is people leaving, moving. I'm like, hey, why are you guys moving? Oh, we're moving here because, we like such and such. And that, honestly, as a resident, that hurts because I don't want people to move. I want people to stay. I want Shakopee to have something that we have good jobs, and we obviously have good, one of the things that attracts me to Shakopee is that kids can play and we don't have to worry about something happening to them because we have good walkways or walk paths and other stuff like that.
As you look around, what cities do you think are doing a good job, and what lessons can we learn from them?
So the first one that comes to mind is Eagan. Eagan put up a new shopping center, and that was one of the attractions to get the Minnesota Vikings there. I don't know how they went about it, but getting new businesses in that attracts people, not just warehouse spaces, but businesses where people are attracted to. Blaine is another one. I recently was in Blaine, and I couldn't believe how much Blaine has been built up. And once again, Blaine got the professional soccer team. Not saying we have to have professional teams, but having good businesses, affordable housing that people will want to come and stay here.
Well, what has been your greatest learning opportunity in life to date?
Ooh, this is an easy one. Well, not easy, but learning to love and accept people around you and not nitpicking at people. We all somehow are related, or know somebody that knows somebody, and to love those people and appreciate those people for what the gifts they have and to work with them.
Well, thank you, Matt, and thank you for watching Meet the Candidates 2018. Two reminders. First of all, don't forget that the views expressed by our candidates are the views of the candidates themselves and not of the Chamber and Visitors Bureau. We sponsor this as an opportunity for you, the voters, to learn more so that you can make informed choices. And then also don't forget that Election Day is Tuesday, November 6th. Get out and vote.